Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in tonight to a Division B matchup featuring Trolls4Aiur and Gen.M Esports. Hopefully you've had a good day so far, and hopefully it's about to get a little bit better. We have our map bans tonight. Trolls4Aiur banning Guard and Sky, while Gen.M banning Towers and Alterac. First map of the night will be on Infernal Shrines. Lobby's just getting ready to rock and roll here. Once we're all set, we'll press play and draft some heroes. Some early love for the trolls in the chat. Greetings, Chrism. Go batshit rooting for Gen.M. Walk through this easily. We'll see. So we're here to find out. Alright. We have both teams in their lobby areas. Welcome, Sir Mac of Cheese. Let's go with Gen.M. Saying they got this. It's 2 for 1 so far in favor of Gen.M. In the chat. So, one of the members of Trolls4Aiur, his name is Tuesday's Free. And I can't help but think of the song Tuesday's Free. Or Tuesday's Gone, excuse me. Can't exactly root against my roster. I mean, you can. You could do that. That's something that, you know. I gotta turn my volume down. Sorry, it was a little bit hot there. Yeah, it could. I've definitely rooted against my organization from time to time because one of the guys does troll things, and he's not even on the trolls. Really, Pearl Simon should be on Trolls4Aiur. He fits the description. Tuesday's Gone, not Tuesday's Free. This song, which I'm not going to play too much of because it's going to get struck. But iconic in the movie Happy Gilmore. Oh shoot, they're just going right away. All right. Game 1 of this best of 3. Division B East. Right in the middle of the pack. Not quite at the bottom, not quite at the top. Right in that sweet spot. Gibbs and Crizzo on the team. Who's Gen.M likes to troll. Anyway. An interesting dynamic. It's been a long time since I've been able to cast an NGS match and really talk about a patch change. So we see Stukov banned, and one of the notable changes that we'll talk about here, especially early on in the draft, is the fact that Brightwing did get nerfed. A little bit of a healing reduction at level 1. A 50% reduction in cooldown on that level 1 talent as well for Hypershift. It does feel noticeable, but obviously not unplayable. But I'm curious to see how that affects the meta in each division. Kira also getting a noticeable buff. You see her come out a little bit more. I think it's still not a super playable hero. Unless you're trying to 1v1 in a specific matchup on like Braxis. But even then, man, there's just better options out there right now. 3 healers already banned, and I guess I would be surprised to not see the Brightwing at this point from the side of the Trolls. Blizzard intern needs a raise. Couldn't agree more. There was an article that had come out, I forgot exactly who had wrote it, but he was basically an outsider looking into the Blizzard, or excuse me, the HOTS community, and saying, like, you know, we refer to him as the janitor, which is, yeah, the janitor, the intern, whoever's working on HOTS, we appreciate them. And I think, you know, it's hard to say that HOTS is back, I guess, until we see new content, but I respect the fact that we are getting pretty regular updates to the game now, that something is happening, right? So, fingers crossed on a new hero. There's a lot of hopium. Okay, and you know, again, talking about this Brightwing change, maybe that's why we see 3 healers banned, 1 healer picked, and it's not Brightwing. So 4 healers picked over the Brightwing right now, on arguably a very strong Brightwing map. What's up, Leo Rice? That is Greek Fire. Genji also getting a bit of a nerf, as Jaws takes Sylvanas. Greek Fire is notably, I don't want to say a Lucio one-trick, but definitely plays a lot of Lucio. And we see a very early Malthael taken by Tuesday's Free. Pina Colada on Johanna. So we talked a little bit about the Genji buffs, and rather nerfs, excuse me. Cyber Agility, they're level 7. I'm not entirely sure what that talent is called, but it gives less spell armor than it used to. I think that's level 7? Correct me if I'm wrong. But also, Dragon Strike, X Strike, not Dragon Strike. I play too much Hanzo. That's where that's coming from. Shimada Brothers, they all look right. They all look the same, am I right? But X Strike getting a little bit of a nerf. Shingen getting a little bit of a nerf. Still a very strong hero, but he takes offense to my views on Lucio. So we see picks 3 and 4 here from Generation M. What shall they be? Greymane, etc. Notably, 3 heroes of Trolls4Aiur have self-cleanses. So etc might have a hard time getting a mosh. However, Orphea does not have a self-cleanse. Beamhead open to pick whatever he wants, exactly. White Mane. Kind of like White Mane here. Murden calling Kobo a huge ass. Excuse me, he says he's playing a huge Tassadar. A huge Archon, and his name is Tassadar. B-Med, they need an offlaner here. I mean, there's no Hogger or Blaze Band, which is insane. And you see Gazlo. So, really off-meta drafts. No Brightwing. No Hogger. No Blaze, no Vala. No Tychus on this map. It's kind of rare to see. No Mephisto. And both teams could have easily played Mephisto. So, pretty interesting. Looking forward to seeing how this is going to play out. It's game 1 of this best of 3 begins in 3, 2, 1. And then, you know, the countdown for the actual game to start. Gazlo, not arguably, but is my favorite hero. Love playing him. This affection comes from when I was very, very bad at the game and in Bronze 5. Gazlo KT were the only things that were banned. And so I figured Gazlo must be, like, really good, right? I picked up Gazlo and crawled my way out of Bronze 5. It wasn't only until later I found out that Gazlo against a competent team is kind of shit. The team you have to catch them off guard. Because if you see a Gazlo walking into the front line, it's the same thing as a Mei walking behind your team looking for a snowball. Like, you're just gonna know it's happening, right? Anyway, we prepare ourselves for battle here. On the left, our home team tonight is Trolls4Aiur. I thought they actually wanted a remake. We have Tuesdays free on Malthael. Jaws playing Syl, Pina Colada on the Johanna, Fading Cheshian, Orphea, and Saber Moon playing that, oh my gosh, the white main, excuse me. And from right to left, our away team is Gen.M Esports. We have, in the red, Greek Fire on Luciel, Calthun on ETC, B-Med playing Gazlo, Kobo on Tassadar, and Infa Fox on Greymane. Both teams posturing here. Looks like blue team is going bottom lane. They showed mid lane very briefly. And now they're going to get a little bit of value here. Unstoppable from Joe is already down. Joe is very killable. But Fading Cheshi seems to be the target right now. Tassadar getting really low. Fading Cheshi doing the best that they can to do some damage. Does a pretty decent job, but Saber Moon burns through an entire mana bar in about 10 seconds. And we have our first pause of the game due to lag. So, can we just go to this screen? No, we have to go back to map pick. And somebody has left the game. Alright, so after one kill, that's going to do it tonight. Congratulations, Gen.M Esports. Well, I wish I had used my time more effectively to grab a drink. However, here we are. Tuesday's gone with the wind. My baby's gone again. Let's see. Get some intermission music up in here. Uh-oh, it says they're ready. Alright. We're back and at 'em. Pina Colada has rejoined the game. Faster on the rotations is the red team here. They're going to be catching this mid lane while Greymane starts the siege camp on the right-hand side. And on the opposite side, we see a 3-man effort to capture the siege camp for the blue team. Show some loves to our offlaners here. It's Tuesday's free. Skulking around the top to mid lanes. We don't see Pale Horse there. It's actually Death's Reach. We have a bit of an engage in the bottom lane here. As we take a look at our level 1 talents, Pina Colada getting out a little bit too far. It's a great wall from Tassadar. And he is going to be able to escape. Infofox now getting real low, but not quite going down. Very healthy minion wave here in the bottom lane. As red team does try to start this bottom camp. This is a very risky camp with Fox being literally 1 HP here. And now here comes Pina Colada. Yeah, he is super dead. That is a really bold choice. Greek Fire getting real low as well. Camp is pushing here. Gazlo notably not the best wave clear. Not at least until level 7s, until you get double laser. It gets better, but trying to clear a camp is arguably very tough. We take again a peek back at the... It is Cocktail from Greymane. Prog Rock again. Again, amazingly, I think I've casted 4 games, or 4 matches rather, this series, and they've all played ETC at some point. And I keep seeing Prog Rock. I don't know. Baffles me. It is going to be auto attack. Excuse me, auto attack Gazlo. So, I mean, not. Somehow it's worse wave clear than if you were the E build. Shrine is now active. Bruiser camp taken from the red team. A little bit ahead on the macro side of things as the blue team is just now heading over there. They are going to be very late to the objective here. Red team's going to be able to get a nice lead. This Gazlo beats the hell out of those monkeys up top. Skeletons, monkeys. They know what I mean. They can't do AA into Joe, no, but Block Party is definitely worth it here. Pina Colada really taking a lot of damage earlier. There's the wall from the Tassadar again. Morphia doing great damage to the backline, try to go in. However, the Sill is the first to fall and fall quickly as the Greymane finishes there up. (16-2). So far in favor of the red team. Pina getting a little bit caught out there. Joe tries to dive in, taking a lot of damage, but Pina will survive thanks to the mana bar of Saber Moon. (31-2). Pretty decisive early game here from the red team, getting this first objective. Cthulhu being very aggressive under towers, now paying with it for a couple tower shots, but John Cena is here. Joe safely able to bait John Cena over the wall. Frozen Punisher here should be doing terrible, terrible damage to this fort. Still getting a cleanse there. Calhoun is a little deep right now. Tassadar just starts taking tower shots, and the Johanna's going to claim second blood here. But ultimately, it's a good trade. If you lose your ETC, but you secure the fort, you're pretty happy with that. Tuesday's free here in the bottom lane. Is the Gazlo gonna go look B-Med, potentially? Shading that direction. Smells blood in the water. And yes, does decide to leave. Greymane already actively on this siege camp. Tuesday's free starts the bottom camp back up again. Level 10s are right around the corner for both teams, so we're going to have our first fight. And the white mane is a little bit late to this party. This is where Tuesday's free is really going to shine on the point here, where all these enemies are clumped up. Level 10s, though, are online for the side of Gen.M. Let's go for the throat. Mosh, Black Hole, Gravo. Wait, Gravo. Oh, that's interesting. Lucio still undecided. Meanwhile, for the blue team, we do see Crushing Jaws, Shield, Last Rites, Scarlet Aegis, and Mind Control. So more of a pick comp style there for the side of Trolls. Both teams have level 10s, and they kind of looking like they just want to fight. Jaws with no mana deciding to back here before something breaks out. Here's a big scoop. Do we see the shield? No, Jaws was not quite there yet. Not going to have scoop for engage, but when those cooldowns are down here, there's a good mosh. It's a two-man mosh, grab over the top of it, but the Scarlet Aegis is great, and everybody is still at full health, minus Peanut for Trolls4Aiur. There's a good mind control onto the ETC. Surely, Last Rites is going to finish the kill. Pina Colada still looking for more as Tuesday's freeze in the bottom lane, trying to get up. Big cocktail there from Fox. Quest not even complete, but much closer to completion after that cocktail. So it's a 1-for-0 in favor of Trolls4Aiur, and that really doesn't accomplish anything for anybody. It's like they just wanted to fight, just to fight. Nobody really had macro pressure anywhere. This is a really smart and wise play here from Trolls4Aiur as the top camp is taken. They know they have some time to use those black arrows. Maybe take this fort here. This is going to do just about as much as the objective would anyway. The fort going to fall, potentially. Wall doesn't quite reach. Yeah, really, really smart play there from Trolls. They're going to try doing this camp now. Malthael is in top lane. Prog Rock. We're getting there. Really getting close to healing for 80 health a second. Alright, 20-0 in favor of Gen.M so far. They have done a really good job getting to these objectives early and clearing out these monkeys. 30-0 now. Pina is going to have to engage, and here we see it. This is a slide onto the Johanna. Looks like the red team wisely understands the situation here. They are ahead in objectives. They can poke this for a while. It's 34-10 now, as B-Med is using his turrets to try to do a lot of damage. Good unstoppable there. However, the white man gets caught up a little bit too far here, and now the mosh in the backline onto the Malthael is very good. Crushing Jaws lands on 3 members of the red team, but it's not going to be enough. There's a go for the throat. Cheshire running for her life, but it's not going to be enough. Pina Colada also getting low as well. And the Arcane Punisher here for the red team confirmed. 3-0 in kills, and now nearly a full level lead for the side of Gen.M, who are looking to take their second fort of this game 1. Gazlo in the top lane doing his best to clear it out. Clear him out, clear him out.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
What a strange build. A lot of siege damage here being done before the Arcane Punisher even comes up here. It's at 50% now, dropping relatively quick. There's a good mind control, though, onto Cthulhu. ETC taking a lot of damage. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it will. Good kill there. Good pick. And that's going to allow them to push onto the map after this Punisher is removed and potentially take a couple of camps. This is crazy. Yeah, they could probably do this camp, but trying to do bottom was a little sus. Malthael is still here with them. Yeah, he's going to leave now. Mind control up in 4 seconds. Still no ETC. Would like to see the blue team maybe look for a pick. You can kind of see them. We probably don't see them in lane anymore. But you know they're going to be shading bottom potentially. To clear that camp. Malthael's going to be top, but yeah. Red team just staying very close behind their wall. Fortunately for Gen.M, there's a slide onto the Johanna. No harm, no foul there. Fortunately for Gen.M, the next objective is going to be in that top lane where they've already captured a fort. It's going to be a Mortar Punisher. Yeah, they're looking for the Gazlo. Johanna's here. There's the shield. There's a scoop. Do we have a Crushing Jaws? Lucio trying to get there. It's a good mosh. There's the Crushing Jaws now onto the ETC to stop the mosh. But it's too little too late as Syl is the first to go down. Pina Colada the next to fall. And now Greek Fire with that speed is trying to kill him, but he just needs to back up and speed up his team. Greek, you need to speed up your team. There we go. Tassadar coming in. The wall's going to be there in time. White main is super, super dead. There's a good slide there from the ETC. And down goes another 3-piece. I wonder if he's last rightsable. No, not anymore. Not off that heal, but he was close to last rightsable. Really like to see this from Gen.M. Good job getting the wall, getting the towers at least. Mind control does land onto the Gazlo. There is last rights. The unstoppable from the Johanna is really good. There's a shield follow-up now. And really nice disengage there from the Tassadar. But Tuesday's Free has nothing to stop him. Beautiful dodge there from the ETC. There is Fox. And Fox is... yeah, gonna get an escort out from Greek Fire. So right before the objective here, Gazlo going down. It looks like they're heading for this camp, which I like this. If they were already there, would have been a really good pick. Like to see Trolls4Aiur get on that objective now. In this bottom lane, we have one Kata pushing and one to follow. One Kata in the mid lane. It looks like Trolls4Aiur just very content getting their camps out and then fighting. But again, getting here early is such a benefit to whatever team gets there first. Stream did not freeze. It's probably a Twitch thing. Restart your client. Now, they're just fully giving objective. This is a tough call. I don't know if I particularly care for this. It wouldn't be as bad if you had still your tower and your walls, but because you don't, like I know you're gonna get a fort, but you're trading a fort for a keep at this point, and that's not worth it. But maybe they can get back in time and defend. Surely, wait, do they even get the fort? I don't know if they even get this fort. Alright. Well, let's see what John Cena can do. Jump onto... oh, there's double cleanse down. Gazlo does get mind controlled. Shield not quite out yet. There is a black hole. Now comes the shield. But this Mortar Punisher is still at 80%, and this fort, or rather this keep, is very close to death. Good job at getting the Punisher, though, pulled to this middle keep. That's really well done. And it looks like Gen.M is very content just getting the keep here. They did lose mid fort, but, I mean, you kind of expect that. Trading a fort for a keep, you're going to make that trade all day. You're going to make that trade? Damn good trade. Look at this minion wave. That is a mighty minion wave. Gen.M a little bit closer to 20. You don't expect them to be looking for a fight until that point. But once they do, they're going to go. The Trolls potentially looking for an early fight. They see Greymane in the middle lane. But no, they're not going to look for anything. It's been a while since we took a peek at the talents. It's going to be Long Wall from Tassadar. Blunderbuss. Bomb Toss. Bomb Toss makes it nearly impossible for, like, an Orphea and a white main to play the video game. It's brutal to play into. Cocktail getting 3 members of Trolls4Aiur there. I'd like to see a mind control here. Again, just really smart macro here from Gen.M. This Peanut takes a lot of damage there. Holy smokes. Does have tap in 9 seconds. But his level 20s are rapidly approaching and mind control not quite landing. Where is next objective phase? It is in bottom lane. Again, no tower, no walls in bottom lane for the Trolls. Gen.M, very healthy. Well, perfect condition, I guess we can say. Tower and walls. Take a look at the upgraded talents. It's blinded by the light, upgraded mind control, upgraded Scarlet. No one can stop death. And engulfing oblivion, so reduced armor reduction, not that Eldritch Conduit, which we normally see. There's a big wave bottom. Well, we have reached the boring part of the game. If you need to go to the bathroom, maybe get a snack, get some water, now's the time. You got at least 30 seconds before anything happens. InfoFox wants to do this. And gets to. Middle lane having to be cleared up here for the Trolls. But once again, objective superiority from the side of Gen.M Esports. 20 already ahead. It's going to be 30 by the time the Malthael gets here. And this objective just kind of ends the game. So they're going to have to do something special here. All coming in from one angle. BMed getting mind controlled very quickly. The shield just misses. And now Greymane in the backline kicks out the Sylvanas. Tassadar doing the same to the white main. Pina Colada getting really low. The Johanna is not long for this world. And BMed just AFK on the objective while Camp basically takes all of bottom keep. And it's going to take nothing short of a small miracle here for the side of the Trolls4Aiur to stop this. The Unstoppable comes out. Is it enough? No, not quite. Malthael will fall. Malthael will return. Malthael? I've said that word so much it has no meaning. Baiting Jeshi getting caught out there by the ETC. Good follow-up from the rest of his team. And down goes the core of the blue team. Game 1 going over to Gen.M Esports as Malthael. I'm just going to stop saying that name altogether. Ties yet again. Where'd my screen go? Why is it black? Is it broken? Maybe broken. There we go. Alright. Leading the way in damage was Tassadar, followed by that Greymane. 14-5 in kill differential. Leading the way in siege damage. Greymane on top. Malthael. Oh, gosh. Nobody picked that hero again, so I can stop saying that word. Leading the way in XP. And siege for the blue team. It's a very bizarre Gazlo build. Alright. We're going to go back to map select here. Give Gen.M their hard-earned point on the board. And we'll see what map we go to next. Oh, I gotta say who won the map. Obviously, the red team. Ba, 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 ba. Why am I getting pinged? Alright, we are going to Battlefield of Eternity for Game 2. This was picked by the blue team. Alright, both teams are in the lobby. We're going to Battlefield of Eternity here for our Game 2 of this best of 3. Trolls4Aiur looking to win this game to push to a pivotal Game 3. While Gen.M just on the verge of closing out a domination. Looks like we're just about ready to go. We got the ready okay from one team. Just waiting on the other. Then we'll be good to go. Alright. We got the ready now from both teams. So we will head over to the drafting screen. Battlefield of Eternity. Probably one of my favorite maps right now. Either this or Spiders is... they're like 1 and 2 favorite maps. It's a little bit part... I love the style of the map, a little bit part I play heroes that the map is really good for. Like Hanzo, Weeming, Vala. Pretty much my top 3. And they are arguably first pickable. I think this is one of the few maps where you almost want to take your DPS like in your top 3. Especially if your plan is just burn. First ban here, though, taking a little bit longer than game 1 it did, but ultimately landing on the Rhaegar. Lost Vikings. Not one of the best Lost Vikings map, but not necessarily the worst either. The healer bans continue. Stukov this time taken out. No Anduin. I mean, this is crazy. This is this is so weird to see so many healers banned out. And not for one of them not to be Lucio. Like Greek Fire clearly any amount of scouting is going to tell you that Greek almost exclusively plays Lucio. So to not see it banned here is a mystery to me. Instead we see the Vala ban. Also, this is a very good Lucio map. But instead we see Johanna Mama. This time flipping sides on the red trunks. And we do see Lucio taken, but by Saber. And again, early DPS pick, there is Jimmy. Probably the 4th best option for DPS, but there he is. And all of his... you know, if you're... how many times have you lost to a Rainer on this map in Storm League? Where you literally are just watching some guy press W and AFK and burn the Immortal while you lose the game, and it's rough. But Rainer's gonna have a rough go of it, especially into Johanna. Greek Fire picking up Deckard and Kobo on Chromie now. This ban, again, we didn't see Hogger or Blaze banned in either the last, or not either, but just the last game. We see Samuro banned. Okay. They know something I don't. Last ban for the red team here in game 2. Likely to be a tank. Yep, and there is a Nubarak. So I would love to see either like a Li Ming here or a Hanzo. Even a Greymane would be good. And then... nope, it's Tassadar. And who else? What are we going to see? Is the offlane, perhaps? Yep. So, Leoric Tassadar. Rounding out the roster here for Gen.M Esports. Gonna need an offlaner. Oh my god, it is Lost Vikings. And Zul'jin from InfoFox. Just Butcher Tank. Just do it. Butcher Tank. Butcher Tank. Butcher Tank. Come on, Pina. Give the people what they want. Leo can tank and you can offlane his Butcher. It's fine. Trust. Just trust. Oh, you know, I saw the brown and my head got excited. It's gonna be ETC. See you later, Sir Mac of Cheese. Alright. Game 2, this best of 3. About to get on its way. And from left to right, our home team is Trolls4Aiur. We have Tuesdays free on Leo. Pina Colada playing ETC. Jaws playing Tassadar, Fading Cheshi on Raynor, and Sabermoon on the Lucio. And on the right side, we have Greek Fire playing Deckard. Cthulhu on that Johanna. Kobo playing Chromie. And in the top lane, we have InfoFox playing Zul'jin and B-Med on that Lost Vikings. Pina. It's a Y sound on the end. Listen, I'm from Wisconsin, so we say words the way we gonna say our words. Pina saying, I pick globes. Except you didn't pick globes. We got block party. Alright, makes me happier. That's a good slow there from the Deckard. Take a quick look at our level 1 talents. It's going to be field study. Q build from Fox. Q build from Chromie. Nothing else super out of the norm. I want to take a look at this top. Very pleasant. A lot of pleasantries going out for the middle of battle. It's very strange. So, here's the thing. Here's what you do here, right? Raynor has to leave bottom. Because you know what Raynor's doing bottom? Nothing. You're doing nothing on the bottom lane. Meanwhile, your Leo is getting his absolute shit pushed in. You leave your anchor bottom like Tassadar to clear the lane as quickly as you can. Jaw's getting real caught out here. Yeah, he's super dead. It's good route there by the Deckard. But in this instance, you leave your Tassadar down here just to clear the wave. Raynor should be taking top camp and then putting pressure on these Vikings, because otherwise, yeah, this is going to happen the entire game. And Tuesday's free is just mumbling to himself how much he hates this game right now. I guarantee you. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Siege Camp going over to the red team after getting a kill onto the Tassadar. Chromie doing a pretty good job on stacks thus far. Nearly halfway there already. Yeah, and now they get to do this camp for free.
I shall land in a moment, as will my foe.
Macro advantage again, going over to the side of Gen.M. They're going to have all the camps on the map red for this next objective. I think I almost want the Rainer to stay here. Oh, there's Chromie. Okay, no, you go burn. It's a very slowed Viking. Jaws going wah. Little bit of pathing mistake there. Takes one Viking down. But not quite first blood yet. Rainer, AFK. You know where the Rainer's going to be. We don't even need to scroll over to him. Meanwhile, Fox getting up and personal there with that Immortal. Here we have a bit of a gank on the Vikings in the top lane. Not quite finding anything, though. Cthulhu posturing forward. Pina Colada sitting there. Tuesday's Free is already pretty low here. And Rainer is doing what Rainer should be doing. Both DPS there, the Zul'jin and the Rainer, burning this objective down very quickly. It's going to be very close. And, oh my gosh, by 64 damage, it goes over to the blue team. Wild. And it's crazy. Like, red team just ran here like, yeah, these are our globes. We won the objective. But no. No, you did not. Good boop there by Colada. Alright. So, this objective has no shield. It probably gets a tower, but it probably doesn't get more than that. Big Q there from the Tassadar, getting more and more stacks. Good slide there onto the Johanna, but that is a lot of rubies. Holy cow. That is more rubies than I've ever seen. Fox, 6 out of 30 in the way of the stacking. One kill to half a kill. Yeah, there's just nothing for the Rainer to do. You're not stacking Pepper, so it's just like, meh. Meanwhile, Tuesday's Free is playing Sit Behind the Wall Simulator. He's doing a great job. Looks like Zul'jin's gonna try to do this top camp. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, not much is happening. Here we have Tassadar coming down, trying to potentially get a kill on one of the Vikings, and does find it.
There is no escaping my justice.
Now this objective is online, and both teams already are burning. Fox has way too much damage, or excuse me, way too much health. But Q-Build slaps so hard. Holy cow. We do see the level 10 from Chromie, or level 8 if you will. It's going to be Slowing Sands, so no loop to worry about. It's probably a good call into the Lucio. Good Slowing Sands there. Only one little guy goes down, but for that, a Tassadar will fall as well. Lucio getting hit with the brunt of the Chromie damage. It's a Falling Sword game. Falling Sword has Dingo. Stay a while and listen and play again. Gen.M very comfortably getting the objectives. They had 10s. They're up 2 kills to 0. Just trying to look for a silly rotation here, but Trolls4Aiur wisely walking around the outside like a trailer park girl. Well, there's no Blessed Shield, so you do get to actually step up here more than you would like to. It is going to be Mosh. There is the black hole. Saber Moon a couple of high fives onto his friends. And Tomb in the bottom lane, waiting and wait. Is that a Banshee I just saw from Raynor? It is Banshee, it's Raynor's Raider.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Again, no shield to be worried about here, so you're pretty okay to step up.
We have not seen the end of it.
Yeah, they're looking for something here. Can they just kill the Johanna? There's the slide. Looking for a mosh into the back line, but not quite finding one. There's a lot of rubies there to pick up. Leo is still in the bottom lane. Chromie, oh my gosh, the time trap. ETC getting into a lot of trouble. It's a really nice high five there from Saber Moon to get the tank out of danger there. With tap and 5-man, they very quickly rip through this camp. Like to see Tuesday's Free go for some sort of an entomb here. Potentially even at the wall, but no, not finding one. It's still 5-man here. They're looking for a mosh. They're trying to find something. But there's just too many defensive tools for Gen.M for them to actually get a good engage. Leo is in top lane now. There's a slide onto Fox. There's the falling sword as well. So before the objective comes up, we trade an ult for ult falling sword for Black Hole. I really feel for this guy. It is so not fun playing into this. Bruiser camp taken roughly the same time. Tessadar and Raynor doing what they can. Chromie Zul'jin doing the same.
Our battle cannot remain here.
So many camps to clear here for Leo in the top lane. Oh, that's good mosh. Oh, I'm surprised we don't see it. We see the unkillable come out right away. Tezdingo down from Zul'jin. That is a lot of rubies again. And Cthulhu, full health yet again. That's a mosh, right? No, it's not a mosh. But it is a lot of damage onto the Zul'jin, and he goes down. Pina maybe going down? Yes. Chromie able to take out the cow. B-Med trying to get in there and kill Saber Moon, but not quite finding it. And Leo, unfortunately, has to be clearing this entire camp, otherwise it would be getting so much value. But because of that, Kobo, even with 0 mana, is stepping up here and doing terrible, terrible damage to this objective. Cthulhu getting walled off. The Q damage from Jaws, not quite enough to kill. Lost Vikings here in the bottom lane, trying to clear this camp as effectively as possible. ETC is back up and on his way. It's going to be another pretty sizable fight. We still haven't seen an Entomb. Another Viking goes down. Now Tuesday's Free in the back line. Good stun there from the Lucio, and follow-up from the cow is good. But despite the additional kill and Viking kill, objective going over to Gen.M Esports.
The demon approaches the gates of heaven.
That's right, I can look at other things, right? I forgot I can look at that. Wow, let's look at all the damage. Look at all the deaths. Tassadar, 2 deaths. Zul'jin, 2 deaths. We can go to the APM cam. Raynor right now at an average 291 APM as another Viking dies. Is that right? Are you okay? Is this Cyril? 293 average APM seems crazy. That can't be right. This must be broken. I mean, that's wild, too. Even for a Johanna. Like, tank presses, like, 3 buttons a game. They don't see ETC here in the bottom lane. And now they do. Zul'jin really low there. Potentially could be killed. Fading Cheshi getting him really low. And down is Taz Dingo. There's the Falling Sword. So it's just a disengage tool? Very strange. Zul'jin now just getting the range. Fox getting caught out a little bit there. There is a big black hole as Greek Fire pops to stay a while and listen. Nobody wants to listen to the old man. Meanwhile, in the top lane, I don't think that's going to work the way you think it's going to work. Nope. Tuesday's free. Has to leave that objective. Yeah, consume Vitality. That's a really good choice. E-build. I like that build a lot from Leo. A lot. Stun from Olaf. B-Med's gonna lose Olaf. It's a big wave in the top lane, though, with a Viking pushing it. And this isn't where the value is coming from at this point. At this point, this is where you're going to see the most value. But we do see a big engage in the bot lane. The Mosh doesn't quite land. However, the Chromie falls just before that. Really nice Entomb this time from Tuesday's Free. Pina sliding through with a black hole. Down goes Decker. Down goes the Zul'jin. And now, you'd like to see Leo leave, and you see him doing that. Eric is doing his darndest. They're going to get bottom fort for this. And for that team fight, I think Trolls4Aiur takes the lead there. They're going to have a pretty okay objective to push with. Top wall is basically in shambles. I mean, this fort's dead. We're 15 minutes into the game, levels 18. That's going down for sure. Joe tried to clear this bottom, but it didn't really matter. I know I'm missing a lot of Viking deaths. I ain't going to catch more than half of them. It's just, they're just dying all over the place. At this point, they've died, what, 9 times? So, that'll happen. Wasn't expecting the fort to die that quickly. I guess they weren't just there to defend it, so that's fine. But getting the 2 towers here and the wall is a lot of value. Chromie does have Pierce now, so fighting anywhere is very scary. For very long. Chokes are going to be Troll's worst enemy. There is a Silence Entomb. Not a Silence Entomb, excuse me. It looked like a Silence Entomb because it was incapacitated, but that's not what it was. That was an absolute assassination on the Viking. Good unstoppable there from Saber. Okay, Trolls4Aiur have the lead. They're a little bit closer to 20s. They're going to be able to take this bottom camp relatively easily. One Deckard pot under tower. Yep, bottom siege camp cleaned up here by the blue team. They're not going to want to fight until 20s, but they are also kind of out on an island here. And it's a 5-man here for the side of blue team. But wisely, red just backs up. If the blue team ends up winning this game, they better buy Tuesday's Free a back massage of some sort. A gift card for, I don't know, some ice cream. I mean, they're not having fun. I know it's a game, but playing into the Vikings is the most miserable experience when you're a Leo. Really any offlaner without, you know, a ranged attack, which is, if I remember this right, all of them. So Everything but Raiders Rainer is online. Let's take a quick look at the level 20s. It is going to be Duskwing. Kugelblitz. Buried Alive, which is going to be potentially the difference maker in this game. ETC probably should be going Deathmash. Then we see the upgraded Tazdingo. We see the upgraded Falling Sword. We saw the Pierce already. Respect the Elderly and Fury of the Storm there. Zul'jin not even close to being stacked. Top clamp. Clamp? Give him the clamps. Top camp has to be cleared. And I think if you're Tuesdays, you're just looking for an Entomb. Yeah, and you see it, right? Like, Entomb? No, it doesn't go for it. Really surprised not to see that pull-up popped right there. Oh my gosh, they're clumping so hard. Chromie gets a little bit caught out. Another Viking does die. There is the stay a while and listen. But Leo able to get out. There's the Entomb. It's more of just a wall to block the Deckard in, and the Deckard does go down. So it's a 1-for-1 on the Leo. However, it's a beautiful mosh in the top lane. Fox not able to get those autos attacks off. And the Zul'jin is going to fall. B-Med will lose another Viking, but Play It Again is used. There's 2 more on the map. 1 more on the map. It's only the Chromie and the Johanna left for the side of Gen.M Esports. They lost a little bit more top here. They're going to lose this objective. This Fading Cheshi is the... Oh no, I was going to say Soul DPS, but Jaws did make it alive as well. I do actually like Boombox on this map. This is really nice from Peter. Tuesday's free. Can get the Silence Entomb out, yes. Really well done. I mean, sure, there's an Unstoppable, but those are still walls. And down goes Chromie, and with that, potentially, the ability to actually hold this objective. It's getting really scary now for Gen.M. I think they can still hold this, but they have to stay alive here. Did you know that if you go Silence Entomb upgrade, the duration of Entomb is 1 second less? I learned that somewhat recently, after several years of playing this game. Yeah, go ahead, read the talent. First line, duration is lowered. There it is. There's that lower duration. And he is unstoppable, but he's not unkillable. Of course, neither is Tuesday's Free, who's getting very low and is going to fall now. The objective is pushing hard. Fox is a madman. Holy cow, he's just face-checking. I mean, meanwhile, this keep is dying. Oh, is that a mosh? Oh, the mosh almost gets off enough time. Huge rubies there from Greek. And now the engage... Oh, the Death Mosh is insane. Death Mosh is actually insane, but there's just no damage because it's a Rainer. Silence Entomb's gonna be up. Man, I would have loved to see that just ripped. Did he have it? He did have it. So, here's the situation we're in. First off, I'm rooting for the underdog because I want to see a Game 3. So, really want to see Trolls pull this out. The Silence Entombs have been massive. Absolutely critical. Trolls have all the time in the world. They have both keeps down. Well, you can actually see this thing gaining health in real time. That's weird. Did you ever see that? I've never actually watched that. It's just going up and up and up. Oh, is that because of the shield? Or am I crazy? Oh, that was because of the shield. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I wasn't paying attention to anything. Everything's super normal. But here we go. Trolls historically again. Late for the objective. 10 seconds. They're nowhere to be found. giving Gen.M perfect time to set up time traps, to set up the exact engage that they're looking for here. Raynor doing a little bit of scouting here with that Banshee, which is good. 2 Vikings are currently not there. And at this point, Tuesday's Free is your tank. You're looking for that Silence Entomb. You're looking for that game-winning Entomb. And you're kind of hoping that... ooh, Power Slide over the wall, not quite finding anybody. Fox has absolutely no fear of the Silence Entomb. There is every ultimate pushed exactly at once. The Silence Entomb was good, but it didn't get a kill this time around. Leo's going to be the first to fall. Cthulhu getting very low, as well as Greek Fire. There is Zul'jin's quest complete, and just like that, I think he still had Tazdingo. Did he still have Tazdingo? I don't even know. We'll check later. But down goes the Zul'jin, down goes the Deckard. And it's getting real spicy now for the side of Gen.M. They have to mount some sort of defense here. Good slide there from the ETC, and it's a good engage as well from the rest of the team to finish off that kill. Meanwhile, in the backline, Saber Moon taking a lot of damage. Chromie doing the thing that Chromie does, which is absolutely pump out damage here under towers. You can't really stand too still. You have to dodge those Qs, and the Tassadar is getting really low. Eric in the backline is doing a lot of damage, but the party has come to an end for the Chromie. As another Viking dies yet again. 16-7 in kills for the Trolls4Aiur, and they are going to take this game 2 and push us to a game 3. Hell yeah, great series. Great series. Take a look at the siege damage. Lost Vikings, 171,000. Leo tried to keep up as best they could. But ultimately gaped by 13k because Viking was always in lane. But ultimately, the MVP of that game, like just kind of keeping her cool throughout that entire game against the Vikings, not really getting any help or support, coming in with the Silence of Tombs, just really well done there by Leo. They can't hype up their offlaner enough after that game. The Vikings were really difficult to deal with. That is an experienced Viking player. It was fun to watch that matchup. Leading away in damage, Tassadar, 95k, Chromie right behind, followed by the Raynor and Zul'jin, who just got, I think his last axe was thrown out. He got stacked, and then he exploded from the Tassadar Q. And obviously siege numbers match siege numbers here. 25-minute BOE game. Let's see where we go. Ah, don't look at me. Yikes. Let's see where we go for a game 3. Tuesday's gone with the wind. My baby's gone again. We are going to my least favorite map now. It's going to be a D-Shire angle. Can't think of a more god-awful map. And without even looking, I'm going to wager a guess that red team picked this. Dab! I hit it. Lets me know that I'm still here. Run away, run away. Run away. My friends again, I said I wanna have good times, good times. Find my friends again, and good times, I said good times. Find my friends again, I said I wanna have good times, good times. Find my friends again, and alright. And just like that, we're about ready to jump into Game 3. Fun fact, this is the first best of 3 in Div B West. Sorry, East. Div B East this season. First Game 3. So I'm happy to have casted this one. A blue team actually has first pick. I don't think I had that right. My draft screen. I'll fix it later. Surely they banned Lost Vikings here if you're the Trolls, right? You saw how effective it was on BOE. This is easily the best Vikings map. Excuse me. Well, hang on. This is the best Vikings map by far. It's not even close. Rhaegar is banned. Are we just going to see 4 healer bans again? There it is. There's the Vikings ban. Good call. And there's Anduin. So, I mean, this has to be a Brightwing. Like, it's such a good Brightwing map. Or Dahaka. Like, this has to be a global. I know Joe is still up, but super macro-orientated map. Alright, well, I'll just shut up. I don't know anything about anything. It's a race to the Lucio, apparently, here against these two teams. Hey, yeah, Junkrat with the good skin. And ETC. There are other tanks, right? Am I crazy? No Muradin. No Diablo. No Anubarak. It's just going to be Joe ETC every game. Ah, we have something different. Zagara. I like it. Zagara and Junkrat and New. Alright, thank you. Garrosh. Now, Garrosh, super awful into ETC. Good ETC basically never gets thrown, never gets touched, and makes life miserable for the Garrosh. However, one mistake, and ETC should be a very dead boy. That being said, Zagara is not great follow-up damage for the target that is being thrown. It's not a mage like Jaina or KT or something with like a huge amount of burst damage. Like, yeah, it's good sustained damage, but you really need something to blow it up. So I expect to see that out of Jaws. Potentially even the Tassadar again, which would be fine, probably. Tassadar Wall of Garrosh is good too. Hey, we finally see Brightwing banned. First time either banned or picked in 3 games, if that tells you anything about the Brightwing nerf. I still think she's super viable. Super, super viable, especially on a large map like this. I half expect this to be like a Leo or a Dahaka. I think Dahaka's probably the best choice here. Tychus. Okay. Tychus, Tyrande, Junkrat. Rounding out the team for the Trolls. They still need an offlaner. Again, I think Haka's the best. Oh. Interesting. I love that. And what's this? Leo, Dahaka. Is Dahaka banned? No. Okay. This is Dahaka then. B-Med picks Dahaka. Oh my god, it's Samuro. Okay. We're on D-Shire, right? Yes. Okay. Great. We have some very off-color, off-meta drafts here. Gonna be really interesting to see how they play together. Kobe apparently knows far more about this team than I do. Because in my head, I see one of the biggest maps and a Dahaka still up. I think take the Dahaka. But I guess I'm traditional traditional meta draft picks. What do I know? My phone is at 5%. I better plug that thing in. Alright. I don't know why I keep starting me over here. Maybe because they made the game. But from left to right tonight, our home team, it is 1-1. We have Trolls4Aiur, Tuesdays free to Mouthfeel. Jaws playing Alarak on a crab. That's a cool mount. We have Fading Cheshi on the Zagara. Saber Moon again on Lucio and bringing up the rear as Pina Colada on that Garrosh. And from right to left, we have Gen.M Esports. Oh, you live with B-Med. That makes sense. We have Infofox playing Tychus, B-Med on Samuro, Kobo playing Junkrat, Cthulhu, excuse me, on ETC, and who did I mix? Greek Fire on Tron. Don't cast a lot Tron, therefore don't know the names. We have Pinnacle. How did he have vision? Oh, because of the trap. Okay. I was like... Good silence there. Ooh, good slide there. On to Saber. Stun just a little bit. Yeah, Junkrat's gonna be a pain. We're gonna see a pull? No, not quite. Red team being very, very liberal with their positioning here with this Garrosh and Alarak combo. Just kind of out here in the middle of the lane. I mean, they can kill anything. There's the throw, yeah. It's a good disengage, or maybe it wasn't? I don't know. No, it's a good disengage there from the Junkrat, able to save his tank. Creep spread from the Zagara is going to be a pain in the butt to deal with.
Capture the shrines, inherit the Dragon Knight's power, and lay waste to this forsaken kingdom.
Objective is capturable from Gen.M here. I'd like to see them get aggressive. Just throw the ETC. Just throw the ETC. Oh, that's a dead Tychus. Yep. And that should be a dead ETC too. Oh, just stay there and body block him. Oh. They had him in there. Then let him off the hook. Trolls4Aiur though, looking strong here in this bottom lane to push. It is super hard to push, or to clear camp. Oh yeah, that's the boop. It's brutal to deal with. Let's take a look at level ones. They have a Junkrat to clear the camp, so it shouldn't be terrible, but it still is, ooh, that's a lot of damage, Jaws. Pina Colada ends up throwing the Siege Giant. That's a fair amount of damage down to the bottom lane. This Tychus is playing the map a little bit there. There's a throw onto ETC. Does get to slide back over. We just blow him up from Junkrat. So no no extra WOM timers. Yeah, Junkrat's such a pain in the ass. That's why I love playing him so much. So Tychus is playing the map. And he's doing an okay job of it. Oh, if he had just waited a little bit, the team was there. He just needed to be a little bit more patient, Jaws, and he would have been able to kill him. Garrosh being a bully here in the bottom lane. The throw is currently down. There's the unstoppable, though. Well done there by Cthulhu. Able to stall that objective long enough for the Tychus to get in. Tychus going to be taking out the tower here. Alarak going to get kicked? Yes, is the answer. One to 0 in favor of Trolls4Aiur. Not a whole lot of action early. Samuro doing Samuro things. Oh, there's a lot of damage. Meanwhile, good use of the Dragon Knight, by the way. Just keep clearing the waves as long as you can. Really smart play there from the Tychus. And you see this kind of 2-3 that the red team is running. Does he get out of this? Yes, he does. Well played there by Tuesday. Lucio coming up to support his offlaner while the camp is being taken here. Garrosh eating that owl. He goes om nom nom. There's a throw. Does have the slide though. Taunt is going to be a bear, and I hope that's what we see there from the Garrosh. Taunt just means anything dies, no matter what. Ooh, Fox wouldn't go that way, right? That'd be crazy. There's no way he comes and steps into the lane. Level 10's online. It is Devouring Maw. Last Rites. Deadly Charge. It is the taunt. There's a taunt onto the Garrosh. Is there enough damage? Not quite. And honestly, I think red team's kind of on the clock here a little bit. Because once Zagara hits 16, it's going to be really difficult to kill her. And to stop from taking like a ton of damage. Jaws here in the mid lane. The rest of the team is coming up as well to support the off laner here. Clear out the mid wave for him. Junkrat throwing out Junkrat bombs. For the first time, we're going to see one of the bruiser camps taken here from either team. Almost like they had forgotten that it existed. Red team. Are they just going to be getting this next objective? I think so. Yes, very easily. Just getting this next objective here. Good boop there from Cthulhu. Saber Moon takes a Riptire right to the noggin. And we're going to see that Dragon Knight enter the top lane. Clear out that camp real quick. We didn't quite take a look at the level 10s from the red team, but it is Drill. Only 8 dings for the Tychus thus far. He's been in the offlane most of the game. It is Mosh Pit, Riptire, Starfall, and we just saw the Blade Storm there from Samuro. Excuse me, in the bottom lane, missed a kill here. Alarak taking out Junkrat, presumably on a good slide from that ET, or it's not a good slide, but a good throw from the Garrosh. And now this fort is in a lot of danger. Really can't step up to defend it. Junkrat was your anchor. That is your way to clear this bottom lane successfully and quickly. Yeah, you have to see Tychus come down here. Someone's pinging, help me, help me. Oh, is it enough? He's going for it. Fox playing with fire and ends up getting out. Garrosh slams the ground in anger. There's Cthulhu right onto Jaws. But Samuro's in the back lane. He gets a couple of hits onto the Zagara. Offlaner for the Trolls is still in the top lane. I do like the gank attempt. And we have another pause in the action. I guess technically we don't know where they are, so I should go to the other screen. Oh, we're back. I'm sorry. We're back. We're back, and I was super not ready. Okay. We're back.
My beloved is gone, but his power remains.
Tuesday's freeze coming down to the bottom lane. Trolls4Aiur able to sneak that bottom bruiser camp. Like to see them push now a little bit with it. This Junkrat's gonna have a heck of a time trying to clear it. It's a 4-man effort here, though. In the bottom lane, there is a deadly charge. Where'd it go? That was super weird. That was super odd. Okay. Maybe it was a misclick? Objective is free for the taking for red. They have not yet gotten a fort with it, but does he have Unstoppable? He does have Unstoppable. It's a good mosh, but a great taunt. A little bit of overlapping ults there. Pina Colada caught between a rock and a hard place now. The boop is going to potentially save his life. And nobody has an ult except Last Rites. Yeah, man, ETC is such a brutal tank for the Garrosh to play into. And again, this is the third objective now for the red team. Surely they take a building this time around. Let's stay tuned and find out. Actually, just kidding, that's boring. Let's go to the bottom lane. They looked like they were going to fight, but then they chickened out. Blue team have to be careful here of that kick. They just walked up behind him. Does the fort land? Live, excuse me, not land. Turns out I'm more tired than I thought I was. Junkrat with spread volley, trying to get a fort down. Jaws gets thrown over the wall. And no, we're still 3 objectives, level 16s. We're still not going to see a fort down. Are we going to see this Unstoppable press, though? Fox getting out of there just in time. Unstoppable popped as well. Pina Colada in a lot of trouble there, and no one's coming to help him. It's a good maw, but the Greek Fire is going to get a kill onto the Garrosh. Fox getting real low. Is the Last Rites going to come out? No, not quite. Riptire is going to claim the life with the help of Samuro of the Malthael. And now Lucio caught out on an island. Good mosh there from Cthulhu. And Jaws able to skirt away. Fading Cheshi as well. Gonna be doing a lot of damage with those minions. Yeah. Greek Fire pulled under tower. I can't believe that tower lived as long as it did. Yeah, Sagara damage is going to start ramping here. You should be able to push these into tower range, right? Right? Yeah. Taika Samuro doing the bruiser camp here in the top lane. 35 dings. It is sizzling attacks. It was 2-0 in kills in favor of the Trolls, but after the last fight, Gen.M regains the kill lead in this game. And they are sitting pretty on the map right now. Their map looks a lot better right now than the Trolls does. Garrosh looking for a fight. Oh, Slide is down. Oh, I can't believe he didn't get that throw. Could tell that wasn't a quarterback. Junkrat gonna be able to quickly do bottom camp with spread volley? No, looks like not. This next objective, I mean, surely they don't give a 4th objective, right? Okay. Malthael takes it, but just barely, and he's not going to be able to hold it for long. The 4-man has to get down here and make something happen. Maybe they get a pick on the Tychus. Good rotate up there. They're trying to gank the Samuro. Oh, the Mosh, actually. The Mosh to stop Pina from distracting them, and that's pretty well done, actually. Gonna get another objective. Level 20s are online. It's a 1-for-1. No Samuro, so the top camp's gonna get a little bit of value, but yeah, ultimately, it was pretty much kaput. And taking a look at the level 20s, it's gonna be Bob and or Weave. Tour Bus, Cannonball, Shooting Stars, and Wind Strider. Looking forward to seeing a good Tour Bus play. That's going to be exciting. That in combination with, does he have the cute? Oh, he's enough Crowd Surfer. It's a really good Crowd Surfer map because you can start your Mosh in the lane and then go over the wall. Oh yeah, it's sick. I actually think, man, who was... Oh, Zanehyde. Y'all remember Zanehyde? I want to talk about a name of blast from the past. I think it was on this map where Zanehyde was Diablo and... Oh no, it couldn't have been this. There's another map, maybe it was Spiders, where he jumped over the wall here with Hellgate and got a APOC combo on somebody. It was disgusting. That's a name I haven't thought about in a while. Good old Zanehyde. That man would die like it was his job on tank. He was a very good tank. Like, he was gonna die, but so was the enemy team. All of them. Did he coach? He might have coached Oxygen at one point. I don't remember. I think he ended up coaching towards the end of his HOTS career. Alright, we're level 20 and 21. 17 minutes into the game, no keeps have fallen. In fact, no keep walls have really been even, well, middle wall there for blue team has been removed. But for the most part, everything's been pretty chill. We don't have to take a look at the talents. They're not changing anymore. I want to zoom out a little bit farther here. As we take a look, Tuesday's Freeze looking for a team fight here. They want something. Are they going to throw him into the back line? No. Tychus going to go do this top camp, this bridge camp, apply a little bit of pressure to the top lane here. While this next objective is pushing, it's worked well for them in the past. It will continue to work well for them here. I can't imagine a different scenario. It has been 4 objectives to 0 inside of Gen.M, but the reason why I hate this map is the fact that it really only takes 1 objective late to win the entire game, so stay tuned in that regard. I have a feeling the first objective that Trolls gets, if they get one, is going to be the one that wins the game for either team. So here they are. Trolls stuck having to play defense. So the Tehran being able to get good value. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, Tychus just face checks the bush. Tychus just face checked the bush and he gets away with it. Oh no. Ooh, Garrosh is in a lot of trouble there. Good shield there from Lucio. He gets booped over the wall though. Is he gonna be able to skate away? No, not quite. The Bob and Weave is gonna be able to finish him off. There's a Riptire. He's trying to find the Garrosh. Is he going to be able to find him? The armor is good. 48 armor is going to be enough. However, Jaws is getting really low. Not able to deadly charge out. Garrosh will fall. Cheshi shortly behind them. But Tuesday's free. Oh, is that why? Is that why the name's like that? Such a weird fight. Like, if you're going to tell me that the last team fight of the game was going to happen up here, I would have laughed at you. But that's kind of just how it ended up. This, like, Tychus should have died here. Once he checked this bush, that's a real bummer. But he gets away with it. It was a really nice kill. Ooh, Fox taking a lot of damage. Doesn't have the last rights, but he's going to have to try to go in again. But I think the Dragon's just, yeah, it's just too much. Drill is certainly going to be popped. Oh, Drill is already down. Yeah, and that's going to do it. Congratulations to Gen.M Esports 2-1 victory over Trolls4Aiur. Alright, just like that, when I thought it was going to end up being quite the late game. The fifth and final objective for Trolls4Aiur is captured. That ends up being the decisive one. Leading the way in damage is the Tychus and Junkrat, followed by Cheshi. Alarak, despite getting 2 kills, not able to pump out a ton of damage here into that ETC, who was pretty rough to play into. Three to 9 in kills, 2-1 in victory for Gen.M Esports. Who picked that map? What was first pick? First pick was... Yeah, was blue team. Okay, so that's, I have that right. And red team won. They picked the map, they won the map. Whoever picked the map won the map tonight. I feel like that's pretty common. Anyway, let's do this. Another point on the bowl board for Gen.M Esports. I unfortunately have to get going right away, so I cannot do an interview, but I'll send them an IOU. Congratulations again to Gen.M Esports 2-1 victory over the Trolls4Aiur. Thanks everybody for coming by and supporting these two teams. For NGS, my name is Eternally Blue. Thanks so much. Have a great night.